Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and please, no more water. Oh wait, Starmie. Starmie's actually pretty good. Nice. Alright, so we're looking at Starmie. Starmie actually just has a lot of special attack and speed. It's kind of a weaker form of those regular sweepers that we've been seeing, but does have some decent defensive bulk, and it has that good speed, good special attack, psychic water, so it also ends up with a great amount of coverage as well, and you can play it accordingly to that. You can get a lot of usage out of it. Water Psychic, as I mentioned, was its typing. Quite a bit of weaknesses though: Bug, Ghost, Grass, Electric, Dark, but a lot of resistances: Fighting, Steel, Fire, Water, Psychic, and Ice. Can use it defensively, people do that, and it does also just work out offensively pretty well. It is an easy Pokemon to KO, but at the same time, it can resist pretty well. So let's hop into Pokemon Showdown and check out what Starmie's got. And pretty much the most common thing that people do is they go Timid Nature, slap some Choice Specs on it, use Hydro Pump, and try to one-hit KO everything in its path. That while I am normally against Hydro Pump because of its accuracy, it kind of has the best usage right here, that you're going to get a huge boost from that stab, that with Choice Specs, and since you don't have the Modest Nature, you're going to need to get as much damage as you can. Go for it. Psychic, if you hit Super, awesome. Ice Beam, if you hit Super, awesome. Trick, if you really want to shut down their tank or one of their Pokemon that's going to be using status, even better. That Starmie, you can just kind of show up, use Trick. Even though you're losing the boost from Choice Specs, you're now free to attack how you want, and pretty much you can remove certain Pokemon from the game. Like, Trick will ruin a Pokemon's day if they're trying to just set on one thing, and then if they're set up Pokemon, they really don't have any options from there except for using weak attacks and stuff. So you can trade pretty well with any kind of Trick Pokemon. We haven't had Trick yet to this point, and Starmie is a good Pokemon for it. Just fast, they can't do anything about it. After that, we have Life Orb, that you still want to run Timid. That pretty much with Starmie, you're almost always going to be running Timid, unless you want to take a risk, or you have a Sticky Web, or you feel confident that you're going to be able to outspeed, that you more bring it in for just that huge wall-breaking special kind of Pokemon. And yeah, with Life Orb, you can have a bit more options. Scald, Surf, whatever you want to have in that spot. Psyshock is for that physical coverage, since it does do physical damage. And Ice Beam, you can't really go without it. So it's pretty much your two stab moves in Ice Beam and Rapid Spin. That I'm not a fan of shoehorning Rapid Spin into a lot of Pokemon, but one, Starmie is like the original Rapid Spin Pokemon, and two, it can get away with it. That, it has a lot of speed, so you're going to be able to guarantee like getting that Rapid Spin off, and has a moderately okay amount of bulk to where if you know that you're not going to get hit Super, throw out the Rapid Spin, send a super effective hit their way or something really strong, and just, make it count. After that, Starmie can be used as a tank, and it's scary because, I've seen this run so many weird ways that people will like max out the hit points, go for the Timid Nature, and now this is an opposite thing. Like, it goes against common logic to think, well, it's a fast Pokemon, let's make it tanky. But at the same time, it's almost better that its Cosmic Power is going to be going off before it gets hit, which means that it's getting effective defenses. That it would be like if this Pokemon was a tank that had 300 hit points and 300 in both defenses, but instead, it doesn't, and then it gets a Cosmic Power first, so now you're just getting those extra defenses, good amount of leftovers recovery, and you're going to be able to recover before your opponent as well. With this, you can also just set up Scald, throw down Scald till they get burned, Ice Beam to finish them off, and you're really going to be solid from there. So Starmie can work in a crazy way like that. And that's pretty much how you use Starmie, that you just have a lot of offensive, super aggressive, speedy bulk, that you can kind of mix it in with a Life Orb, or you can just go for the Cosmic Power, throw your opponent off guard. If you do it right, they might not be expecting the Cosmic Power Starmie. They might try to set up against you and you set up better. And then if you get a Scald off on a physical Pokemon, they're going to be shut down pretty hard. Also, you don't even need the Timid with a lot of like speediness, that you can keep the Timid, but if you don't care about the speed and you want to go with that, I would recommend going with the Impish, or actually not Impish, Bold Nature, and then that's just going to really give you a good amount of defensive bulk, since a lot of Pokemon are generally more defensive. But if you are worried about your weaknesses, you generally do see special weaknesses more often, so you can switch that around and go with Calm. It's really how you want to run it. This is really the crazy strategy that I would like to see someone try out with success. Other than that, it's still got speed, still got coverage, you're still going to hit well. And, oh yeah, it gets minimized, so have fun with that.